Welcome to my channel Orbit of Learning by Swati Singh. So we have completed the chapter 1. So today we'll be starting up with the chapter 2, that is cell. So you can have a look. These are the sources from this the topics has been taken. So let's start up with the chapter. Robert Hooke in 1665 observed honeycomb structure from a thin slice of cork through a self-designed microscope. He found that these cells consist of little compartments or boxes whom he called cells. Right? Next is a Leeuwenhoek in 1674 discovered the free living cells in the pond water for the first time with the help of improved microscope. Next, Robert Brown in 1831 discovered the nucleus in the cell. Next, Purkinje in 1839 coined the term protoplasm for the fluid substance of the cell. So you can take the screenshot for this and you can just remember the names, what they have just discovered, right? Next comes the cell theory. Cell theory was given by the two biologists Sindlin and Szwan. According to this theory, all the plants and animals are composed of cells. The cell is the basic unit of life. So the question can come, what is the basic unit of life? It's cell. The cell theory was further expanded by Virchow in 1855 by suggesting that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. The discovery of electron microscope in 1940 made it possible to observe and understand the complex structure of the cell and its various organelles. Based on the number of cells, an organism may be unicellular or multicellular. Right? The organisms such as amoeba, Camphodomonas, Paramecium and bacteria are made up of single-celled and are called unicellular organisms. In many multicellular organisms such as some fungi, plants and animals, many cell groups together in a single body and assume different function in it to form various body parts. Shape and size of cells. Some cells have fixed shapes, example most plants and animal cells, while some cells like WBCs and amoeba keep changing their shape and are pleomorphic. Fixed shape cells may be of various type like elliptical, example fat cells, spherical, example ovum, spindle shaped, smooth muscle cells, knob thread, example sperm, discoidal, example RBC, elongated, nerve cells, etc. So you can have the look for this various cells from the human body. The size of cells varies significantly from small cell of mycoplasma of 0.3 μm to very large egg cells of the ostrich 18 cm. Longest cell of human body are the nerve cells. So what are the longest cells of human body? It's the nerve cells which may reach up to length of 90 cm. Next comes the types of cells. Cells are categorized on the basis of organization, complexity and variety as follows. First one is the prokaryotic cells. These are represented by unicellular organisms like bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, etc. All prokaryotic cells lack a membrane-bound nucleus. Their genetic material, that is DNA, is naked and circular without a nuclear membrane. Mesosomes, membranous structures formed by extension of plasma membrane, and 70S ribosomes, 50 plus 30, which are sites of protein synthesis, are found. These lack membrane-bound organelles like Golgi bodies, chloroplast, etc. So these lack in membrane-bound nucleus, right? Next is the eukaryotic. These cells contain a true double membrane-bound nucleus. They possess membrane-bound organelle like mitochondria. Cytoskeleton is present inside the cytoplasm and consists of microfilaments, microtubules, and fibers to provide perfect shape to cell. Another cell anchor the organelle and stimulate cell movement. So you can have a look for this diagram. This is animal cell and this is the plant cell, right? Structural organization of a cell. Each cell has got certain specific compartments within it known as cell organelle. A cell is able to live and perform all its function because of these organelles. These organelles together constitute the basic unit called the cell. The components of cell can be broadly categorized under the following three categories: outer covering, that is cell wall and cell membrane; protoplasmic fluid content of cell; third one is the cell organelle, chloroplast, mitochondria, etc. So we'll study the first part. What is the outer covering? This includes cell wall and cell membrane. It is outermost rigid and non-living covering of a cell, right? Plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is flexible and is made up of organic molecule called lipids and proteins. The flexibility of the cell membrane enables the cell to engulf in food and other materials from its external environment. Such processes are known as endocytosis, like amoeba, which require its food through this process. Cell wall, it is outer rigid covering present in cell plants, fungal cells and bacteria. Cell wall in plants is mainly composed of cellulose, where fungal cell which contain chitin, whereas bacterial cell which is made up of peptidoglycan. Cellulose is complex substance and provides structural strength to plants. It is also responsible for a proper shape of the cell. When a living plant cell loses water through osmosis, there is a shrinkage of the contents of the cell away from the cell wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmosis. Hypotonic solution. The medium or solution surrounding the cell has high water concentration as compared to inside the cell, or the outside solution is very dilute. The cell gains water and swells up via osmosis. Is isotonic solution. The medium surrounding a cell which has same concentration of water as that present inside the cell. Thus, the water crosses the cell membrane in both directions, but the amount moving in remains the same as the amount moving out. Next is hypertonic solution. The medium surrounding a cell has a lower concentration of water than the cell. Water moves out the cell and as a result the cell protoplasm gets shrink. Exomosis. This is endomosis, it's the hypotonic solution, and in hypertonic it's exomosis. Cell walls permits the cell of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand very dilute hypotonic external media without bursting. Next one, second one is the protoplasm. It is a complex fluid part of the cell that is viscous and colorless. It is living part of the cell, capable of performing all the vital activities. Thomas Huxley referred protoplasm as the physical basis of life and considered that the property of life is a result of distribution of molecules within the substance. Cytoplasm, fluid content inside plasma membrane, and nucleoplasm, fluid content inside nucleus. न्यूक्लियस के अंदर होता है न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म और प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर होता है साइटोप्लाज्म. Together constitute protoplasm. Protoplasms of two adjacent cells are linked together by plasmodesmata present in the cell wall or cell membrane and help in exchange of materials. Next is nucleus. Since its control center of metabolic activities occurring inside a cell is popularly called the brain of cell. Brain of cell is called nucleus. It is double membrane bound dense body that has a control all over cell metabolism and encloses the genetic formation of the cell. क्या करता है genetic formation किससे होता है? Nucleus. Robert Brown is credited the discovery of nucleus in the year 1831. Cells are usually stained with safranin methylene blue iodine solution in order to observe nucleus. Following are the components of nucleus. Nuclear membrane is also known nuclear envelope and is bilayered. That is, it consists of outer and inner membranes. These are separated by means of perinuclear space and contain nuclear pores for exchange of material. Chromatin, these are fine fibers comprising DNA, same protein and transcribing RNA. During cell division, the chromatin denses to form thick specialized structures called chromosomes. Nucleus. It is a spherical membraneless body found within the nucleus and consists of DNA, RNA and proteins. It is formed from specific sites on chromosomes and is a site of ribosome synthesis. So you can have a look for the structure of nucleus. Next comes the cell organelle. Many types of metabolic functions or processes take place in cell collectivity. These are done by cell organelle as they have a unique characteristics of division of labor. That is, cells or organelle perform a specific function. Large and complex cells, including cells from multicellular organisms, need a lot of chemical activities to support their complicated structure and function. Cell organelle are membrane-bound structures in cell that perform specialized functions within themselves. Next is endoplasmic reticulum, ER. It is a large network of membrane-bound tubes and sheets. It extends from outer nuclear membrane into cytoplasm. It looks like long tubules, round and oblong bags, vessels. The ER membrane is similar in structure to plasma membrane. It occurs in three forms, that is cisterine, vessels and tubules. Depending upon the nature of its membrane, ER is of two types, namely rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER. It has particles called ribosomes attached to its surface. These ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. Next is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SER. It helps in manufacture of fat molecules or lipids. It is formed of vessels and tubules. SER plays a crucial role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs. ER appears in varying forms in different cells. It always forms a network of system, vessels, tubules and forms cytoskeleton in cytoplasm. ER function as channels for transport of material between various regions of cytoplasm or between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Right? So you can have a look for this diagram also. So I'm giving a halt for this chapter. So if you have not watched the chapter 1 also, you can just go through my videos. We have started up with the physics and chemistry also. And if you are liking this series, please like, share and subscribe my channel for more such videos.